What up, Blockheads? Billy! Later, dog. So, coming back from doing a test ride on a new Harley. Test ride for the channel. Give you guys some insight into this new bike. And, the last time I did that, and I was headed back, I asked you guys a question. And that question was, why do you ride motorcycles? And that video did freaking amazing. Like, really, really good. And it was really awesome to basically get an insight into why all of you guys ride motorcycles. And a lot of the thought processes are very similar, you know, like freedom and therapy and, you know, like the ability to like just totally drown everything else out. And so that was a really cool insight to be able to get all y'all's like thoughts and experience on why you ride. Some really poetic stuff even shared on there. So I want to ask you guys another question, basically to gain more insight into who you guys are. I think it's really cool, like being able to find out more about you all and the community that's around Blockhead, you know, the Blockhead community. So what I want to ask this time around is, how did you guys get into motorcycles? So now that I understand why you ride motorcycles, post up in the comments below and let me know how you guys ended up getting involved with motorcycles, how you came across it. So me personally, growing up, I had some cousins and they had dirt bikes, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, man. Like, they would go brapping around, you know how dirt bikes sound, that little two-stroke sound. And so they had these dirt bikes, and I'd never ridden anything like two wheels and a motor before. And this was probably when I was like, man, like 8 or 9 years old. And so one of my cousins, you know, I was just sitting here watching him, like, you know, brap around and ride around in a dirt lot. And I was just, he could probably read my face that I was super envious and like so excited to be watching him ride. And like, you know, I know how to ride a bicycle, but I definitely did not know how to ride a dirt bike. And so he was like, you know, you want to try? And he kind of gave me a brief overview. And this is, like I said, I was pretty young. And I ended up getting on the bike because, you know, he let me and he kind of showed me how to do everything. And I'm like, okay. And so I get on it, you know, I crank back on throttle, you know, I feel like I'm going warp speed, and I'm trying to figure out how to turn and lean and stuff, and I was already going too fast, and I ended up going like at a mesh fence, basically like at a fence, and I couldn't remember where the brakes were, and so I was like, oh snap, like I'm gonna run into that fence. And sure enough, I ran into the damn fence. His bike was fine, and I was fine, luckily. What's crazy is that I went right under the fence, and so it was like in between like two of the bars, and I hit it with enough, I guess, speed, and at the right angle, I guess I low slided and I ended up going underneath the fence, totally unscathed, like I didn't get scratched up at all, just totally crazy. And so that was kind of my first experience with a motorcycle. It was a dirt bike, really young, and then after that, we got all sorts of ATVs, got four-wheelers, three-wheelers, dirt bike, and basically immersed myself into the world of putting a flammable liquid on top of an engine and placing it between your legs. And let me tell you, it's like nothing else you'll ever experience. But I had a real long term there where I had no motorcycles, no ATVs, and I ended up getting back into it because Miss Blockhead brought up, you know, about 2 years ago, she was like, you know, we should take, would you be interested in taking like a motorcycle course? And I was like, hell yeah. Like previously, it was looked down upon in my last relationship. And it was like definitely one of those things, like that'll never happen. So I never even pushed it, and I just kind of discarded the idea. So whenever Miss Block was like, you know, would you be interested in taking a motorcycle class? I was like, oh my God, you're into that? Like, yes, I definitely want to. And that's where Blockhead came from. Also, you know, I started getting back into motorcycles. We took the MSF course, passed it with flying colors. She's still learning. And bought my first bike, which was, or bought my first road legal bike, which was the Harley Iron 883. And that's where Blockhead came from. That's where the channel originated. So anyways, that's my experience. You guys post up your experience in the comments below. Let me know how you got into motorcycles. Let me know your story. It's always interesting, I feel like, to see how different people got into it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. If you guys aren't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button as well. Hit that bell icon while you're over there so it sends you notifications. Ride safe, stay vigilant. I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.